Hey everyone, it's Christoph here from Intech, and this time we are going to install AbletonJS package in the editor. Let's open up the editor and then we should go to the package manager. Here if we scroll down we can see the available packages and there is AbletonJS 1.0.2. Click install and you should see it being installed. Now, if we click on the AbletonJS package, we can see that there is a How to Get Started section. First, we have to install the script, and it should be completed with the press of a button. We should go and open up Ableton to confirm the install. It's here, okay. I should come here to the control surfaces and I have already selected AbletonJS because I had it on my system, but you should see like none, and that's at the first pick, AbletonJS. If for some reason the automatic installation doesn't work, then we should put the script manually into the appropriate folder, which is within the remote scripts folder of the Ableton user library, and the source contains the script itself. So for example, here we have this folder with all of these files. AbletonJS is the folder name. Make sure that's set right, and then we have to select all and copy these into this folder. What's next? Set interaction tracking in grid editor to off. Right now we have a performance issue with the editor if interaction tracking is on. This is the thing which is upon interacting with. We will get back to this at a later date and fix that. Now we should go to our profile cloud and then look for the workflow configurations. This is a new menu point in the profile cloud. If you have visited our website lately, then there you should see this workflows section with different workflows included, and all of these workflow descriptions and stories will have information about the profile which is used within that workflow. So we have here workflow configs, Ableton folder, and AbletonJS selected track control version 1.2. The profile description often contains what the profile itself does. It's an editable field where if I were logged in, I could be making some edits. But for now, we are just going to upload it to the Vision module. It can be either Vision left or right. The only difference is the screen position. The configs go for both modules. So let's see how the AbletonJS script performs and how this configuration currently looks like. Upon loading everything, we have here some of the buttons predefined and all of these switches as well with the endless knob. For navigating within Ableton, we have this right button and left button. Upon going left and right, the channel name and channel settings will be updated. So here I can see that the second channel is toggled to mute on, and I can turn it mute off. I can also toggle in the solo and the arm buttons. So basically on any of the selected channels, this will be mute, solo and arm. And I can look up whatever the channel is and whatever their configurations are in that regard. The first 4 switches here will be the volume control knob, which I can use like this. These are relative controls, so no sudden value jumps. This will be for panning, and also if I press it, then it will reset to the Ableton default setting. So it's not the reset to where we began the modification, but it's the the Ableton default reset thing. Then we have two more actions, which is select send A and select send B, and both of them can be resetted. This last button is an interesting one because this is like the last active parameter or last touch control, and I can just select one and change it around as a quick tool to do my changes. But on this active channel I can turn back to the volume setting as well, or for a quick mute, solo, whatever. The primary channel options are shown here in these widgets, and then the sends are on the bottom section and in those smaller areas. The screen itself updates slow relative to the updates done within Ableton. We will have to do some optimization for this widget system, but it's doing the changes and it's getting better with day by day. The first two small buttons are play and stop within the Ableton, and also I can use the second one for a record launch, and in that case the small widget in this bottom right corner will blink to show that we are in record mode. That's the rundown of the AbletonJS package. It's something we really wanted to start making and then show it off. The key of this is that we have a rather nice API now thanks to the AbletonJS JavaScript package, which we rely on, and the package itself, which is part of the Intech ecosystem now, which we can take and build upon later on. There is another Ableton related thing which we have done, and that's also within the package manager. We have to go down to the package manager here, and it will be the Ableton script installer. It contains 4 different control scripts. These are Python scripts, so you don't even need the editor running in the background to control Ableton with Grid. So this hook with the MIDI interface of the controllers directly in Ableton. That's it about AbletonJS and how it's installed, and please try it out, use it, get back to us with feature requests and your opinion on it, and we will make changes based on that. See you around, bye.